Okay folks, so I'm going to tie a wee fly called Mox Beauty. Now the hook I have on the face is a size 12 Partridge Patriot double. The thread that I'm going to use to tie the fly is uni thread 80 in black. So I'm simply just going to come in and get the thread started, a few turns behind the eye of the hook, and then remove the waist tag of the thread. Now I'm going to put a tag on the fly, and it's going to be a oval gold tinsel and small. Now this wee fly is out of a book called the Trout and Salmon Flies of Wales. Now just take a couple of turns catching in the oval silver or the oval gold tinsel underneath the hook, keeping the oval gold tinsel underneath the hook. Just run your thread down, tying in your oval gold tinsel till your thread slightly past the point of the hook, and then just come round with 4 turns of the oval gold tinsel, and on my last turn I'm just going to bring it up and in between the 2 hooks. Now on the original pattern it doesn't have a tag, but I just feel that I'm just going to put a tag on, and the reason why I'm doing that is because it just stops any materials that may, after a fish or 2, materials may slip off the back of the hook. Anyway, I'm just going to run my thread up now, back up, because the rib on the fly is going to be a gold wire, and this is just a medium gold wire that I'm using. I'll just show you the spool. Sit there, just a medium gold wire. Now I'm just going to tie this in underneath the same way I did with the oval gold tinsel. A few turns to catch it in underneath. Bring your gold wire underneath the hook, and then just run your thread turns down, tying this in. Now the rear part of the body is a gold tinsel, and I'm just using the silver and gold mylar tinsel, size 12. So just going to take a length of this off the spool. Now to get the gold side you need to tie it in with the silver side facing yourself, or in this case I'm putting it on the top so the silver side's facing up. Now just keep your thread tight, take your thread up, tying this in the first part of the body, and then simply bring round your gold tinsel, one nice full turn at the back, and then 1 turn overlapping the other to there. Just follow it around with your thread, get a couple of tight turns in here now, and then you can come in and trim away the excess. The next part of the body is red seal's fur, or in this case I'm using bright red traditional Irish dubbing. So just come in, just a small pinch, just dub it onto your thread. Now, nice and tight, always working your dubbing the one way, just remember that. Bring it up, then we're just going to bring this up the second part of the body to there. Now, just take away that wee bit of excess, anything that's going forward just sweep it back, get a couple of turns in front, and then you can bring up your gold wire nice and tight. You get 4 turns of the gold wire, 2 turns onto the gold tinsel, 2 turns onto the dubbing. Now keep your gold wire nice and tight, just follow it around with your thread, get 1 turn to hold, and then a couple of turns will secure that in. Now don't cut your wire, just bend and break it away. Cut your wire, you'll ruin your scissors. Now I'm going to bring my thread up to the eye, get a bit of thread down for the materials at the front, come back down, tied up against the red dubbing. At this stage we're going to put on a hackle, and the hackle that I'm going to use is a black, natural black hen hackle. Now just stroke the fibres back to reveal the tip. After the feather up to the hook, take 1 turn to catch in the tip, take another 2 to secure, then fold back the tip, bring your thread back over the tip and the hackle. Now at this stage you can come and locate your tip, you can break it away. Now the turns of the haggle are entirely up to yourself. With a wing to put on the fly in front of this, so we need to be careful with the space that we have to use. So just come in and get that sitting. Now I'm going to put one more turn in, and that'll do me there. So just keep your haggle nice and tight. Just come round with it. Bring your thread up. Just bring my haggle into my thread nice and tight. Getting the thread turns right tight into the stem. Now I'm just going to come in and trim away the excess of the haggle. Now anything that's going forward, just stroke it back at this stage. Bring your thread down to the eye and back up again. Okay, so it's not looking too bad. The wing on the fly is grey squirrel tail dyed yellow. So I'm just going to take a pinch of this off. Just get a nice pinch, not too much. Now I'm going to stack this, so I'm just going to trim it away from the tail. Just take away any old rubbish that may be at the bottom of the fibres that you've cut. Just going to put this into the hair stagger tips first. Give us a rattle on the arm of my chair. Have it checked. All the tips have lined up for me. I'm just going to take it out of the hair stagger. Now, the length of the wing, like you always say, is a personal preference. So I'm just going to have my wing just slightly past the length of the haggle fibres. So I'm just going to hold it there with my finger and thumb, and then I'm going to come in. I'm just going to trim the excess away. Just a wee fibre there. Just take that away. Now I want to get this as close as I can to the shank of the hook. Then I'm going to come around with a pinch and loop, and then another nice and tight. Now at this stage, with your turns of thread onto the wing. Okay, now there's a couple of wee fibres there, but that's okay. We can come and take those away. Squirrel tail, or the hair just slipped on me while I was doing the pinch and loop. Now let me get this sitting again for you. Now, squirrel hair has a tendency to pull out, so the best thing to do is either come in with some varnish, or in this case a wee lick of super glue onto your thread, and bring your thread down with the super glue on it over the cut ends of the squirrel. So just help to prevent the squirrel hair from pulling out. Okay, now on the original pattern it didn't have flash, so I'm just going to put in a few strands of crystal flash just into the wing, something a wee bit extra. Don't have to do this. A couple of turns, catching in your flash, just fold back the stem of the flash, bring your thread back up, and then just come in and trim away the excess of the flash. Now just want to come in and check the length. It's a wee bit long on that side of mine, so just trim that away. Now there's jungle cock on the fly, and I've two feathers here, so you're just seeing the undersides. So I'm just going to come in, just stroke back the fibres at the bottom, just looking at a tan end point. And I'm just going to offer these up to the hook, come in and just fold them down either side. Just going to come around with a couple of turns to hold, to see what way I'm sitting, and make sure that they're the same length. Now this one here, just a wee tad long, so I'm just going to pull that in. Just want them the same length. Okay, happy enough with that. So I'm going to take another couple of tight turns down. I'm going to fold back the stems of the jungle cat, nice and tight. Just fold them back, bring my thread in front, and then I'm just going to build my head up now at this stage. Just tan in the jungle cock at the same time. straight in my head to there. Now, keeping my thread tight, I'm just going to come in and break away the stems. Still keeping my thread tight. Just going to come in with my whip finishing tool. Just doing a whip finish. Pull the thread up nice and tight. Just trim the thread away. And at this stage I'm just going to come in and put on a wee coat of super glue onto the head. Don't want to touch anything, only the head with a super glue. Right the whole way right round. And then once that's dry, I'll come in and put on a couple of coats of varnish just on the head. And that's the wee fly. Now the only thing that I've done different during that pattern from the pattern that's in the book is I've put a tag on the back of the fly and I've added some flash into the wing. So look, give that fly a wee go, and hopefully it can catch you a few fish.